Hello and welcome back to Tectonica. So I think we are at a stage now where we can finish automation of this power area. What are we doing? We've got some draining left to do. Got some digging left to do. Let's take a look here. These guys are taking in sand and they are taking in sesamite sand. They're turning out sand and they're turning out sesamite extract. Let's grab that stuff real quick. As it turns out, I should be able to recycle this stuff. So if I put sand and sesamite powder together, I get back a little bit of sesamite. What you can do with this is you can set up a little feedback loop where we've got these guys turning out the stuff that goes to him, and he turns out something goes back to these. And the way this shakes out is you end up having a nice little balance mechanism where you have 4 pumps turning out 400, which go into one of these, and its output goes to one in the middle that takes care of the sand and the sesamite powder, and then it sends some stuff out back to the rest of these. To get this to work, I do need to stop things. I need to put the bottom 4 pumps coming out this direction and the rest of it draining into our outside world. Actually, I don't even need to do that. You can delete pumps out of the middle of a stack without any problem. So actually, we don't need to turn this off. All I really need to do is eliminate 2 of my pumps up there. Alternately, I could route all 600 into these guys, but then we would definitely be overloading. We definitely want to turn off 2 of our pumps. I'm going to turn off the 2 in the middle. We do that just like this. And as soon as he drains, we're going to do some fancy stuff with him. We're also going to reroute these so we have a little extra room in the middle. Well, let's hit Alt so I can see how those filters are actually programmed. So this guy in the middle is going to be taking in the sand and the powder from the guys on the outside. Let's actually just start ripping all this up because you guys are going away. You're going away. All of the stuff back here is going away. Actually, let me keep 1 inserter. Well, the best way to keep 1 inserter is to keep them all. There we go. So, I'm going to put the sand in the middle. Just like that. So this feedback design isn't perfect. It does have a byproduct. We will be feeding in 200 per minute here and 200 per minute here. And they will be sending out as you can see, total of 100 per minute sand and 20 per minute. 100 to 20. Well, this doesn't take in 100 to 20. It takes in 90 to 10. Okay. So the ratio isn't the same. So we're going to end up with a small extra bit of sesamite powder. And we're just going to let it accumulate in this box. Like that. So getting both the sand and the sesamite, it will have that output. Our rates are nice and high. This one in the middle can handle up to 30 per minute sesamite. The other thing we need to do is we need to take our output and we need to feed it back. So this will be producing some output together. Well, this is 50 per minute. So this will be actually getting 225 per minute, which is exactly right to balance all this out. So 400 from there plus 50 from there becomes the exact amount of sand that will produce the 50. And we get out 8 per minute sesamite building up here. Now it's going to start by building up in here until this is full. There we go. Now the drills that have full outputs will stop running and they will stop consuming fuel, and that's okay. And their inserters are going to stop consuming power, and that's okay. So we're just going to leave that as it is. All we've done here is reduce our byproducts. We're still doing all of the energy we need. This is going to be producing 880 megajoules per minute of power. And the easy way to see your exact power is go to the T, and this gives us our current charge, which is hovering around 9,000 megajoules. So it's over 9,000. Woo! Yeah. Notice that we have more charge than the accumulators can hold. I do not understand how that happens. Anyway, so there's that. I'm going to need to do some more science, but very soon we're going to need to be opening up the next level, which means it is time to make some more drill bits. I also want to start making sand pumps. So back to admin. I've already set this up a little bit. I looted some of the really nice sand pumps here, and they've already been sent in. But we need to take the Mark 5s and turn them into Mark 6s. And we've been pulling them in here. This guy is going to need more of those. Let's do the math. Get the calculator going. Duck, duck, duck. We have 2,697 meters to go. And each one of our drills does 1,250. So we need 21.576 drill bits. Well, this guy produces them in batches of 4, so that's 24 drill bits, so this is going to be 6 batches. So let's set up our boxes with materials that we are going to be pulling in. First material is going to be carbon frames. Oops. Where's our carbon frames? Yes, I always have trouble finding stuff like this. Carbon frames, since we are doing, what did I say, 6 reps of this? Yeah. We need 600 carbon frames. I really want to go a bit further. Let's do 1,000 carbon frames. 1,000 carbon frames would get us 10 reps. Let's budget for 10 reps. 10 reps needs 10 of the light blues, and we have more than that, so we're doing okay. We don't need to start building the next one down yet. I'm not sure how far 10 is going to get us. It will get us to level 14. It might start digging out to level 15 a bit. It probably won't make a lot of progress there, but we'll cross that bridge whenever we're ready for it. The other thing I need is 40 of those actuators. So we make actuators. We're making these elsewhere. I don't need to use these here. This guy is going to be making actuators now. He's one of our temporary guys, so I can refit him as I wish. Actuators are a hairdryer-like thing. There we go. I need to make a bunch of them. Actuator output. Our inputs are motors and frames and iron things. We're going to need a lot of frames. Oh, that's probably why I had frames being built here. Let's make this guy build frames. I will get him carbon input. Yeah, we can collect carbon on another floor. For the bloody... I really just can't find them. There they are. The frames need carbon and copper frames and steel frames. So we're going to put out 2 boxes. Yeah. And our carbon frames are going to be put directly over there. You know what? I have boxes and boxes and boxes of carbon frames. Let's think about how many we need. For 10 runs of this, I need 40 actuators. Don't distract me. 40 actuators is 10 reps of actuators, which are going to need 720 carbon frames. Let's go get some carbon frames. Looks like I need more of the copper frames here too. Oh, I hope I didn't run out. Okay. So, carbon frames. Bunch of carbon frames. We need to bring copper frames back down here. Let's do that. We're beginning to nest. Oh, how big is my stack? Big. Grab them all. I do need to regularize this a bit. And stacks in there. Now we can carry our carbon frames back, popping the stack. Carbon frame, where did you go? What do we need? I put in 1,000, that should be enough. And now we need the iron components from this row. I need to go back and revisit all the boxes there and fix up my inventory. But I want to get this running, and you need motors. Let's just toss 1,000 motors in. How about 2,000 motors? Okay, so that's going to get some of these guys out, which will get us toward making assemblers. Next thing we want to build, I just picked one up, didn't I? I do need to build these sand pumps. We're going to need a bunch of them. That's knowing what's in the future. You could have guessed that sand pumps are going to require actuators, which we're building. We're going to require a bunch of those, so gearboxes, a bunch, and water wheels, which we did not automate, to my chagrin. Let's get those going. So we need Shiverthorn extract. We have a box of it over here. Put down 2 boxes. Wrong one. Here and here. Output, 2 inputs here, and input here. So our main ingredient here really is, well, I'll just put the Shiverthorn extract on the left. Okay, so your output first. D. You go. I would swear that this list changes what order things are in. Maybe it's just the difference between recipe lists and filter lists being pretty much unrelated. I sometimes have a feel for where things are, and then the next time I open it up, it's not there. Yeah. 3, 4. We need iron frames and mechanical parts. About 1,000 of each, 2,000 of each. Hopefully this will be enough. I could do the math. That's boring. I could pre-plan all of this if I had confidence in my numbers. I don't. I don't even have confidence in being able to find what I'm looking for on this filter list. Now we find the iron frames again. And the mechanical parts. Oh, come on. No, I picked them up. I know I hit the sort button. Those will make more of the nice there. So now we need to put in our. I need to make sure I put all of this on filters. That the right one? No. Gearboxes. Put another stack of gearboxes in here. And our other inputs are water wheels. And these guys. I could insert directly, but I want to have control of how many of the actuators go into which output, or which build. And we do have a few actuators coming up. Good. What is sand pumps? What's more important, to use the actuators to do excavator bits or sand pumps? I'm going to put half and half. And all of my water wheels will go in there for the moment. Okay, so now we have various bits and bobs that are building. How are we doing on science? Tell you what, I'm going to pause. I'm going to level out my science a bit and level out my inventory, and I will be right back. Okay, and we're back. I have adjusted my inventory by dropping off excessive quantities in boxes and adjusting limits on outputs to be a little more generous, so we build more of the parts that we need now. We had some water wheels. See if we got any more. We may have more now. Yes, we have a bunch more now. And water wheels are used in sand pumps, and they are not used here, so we're going to dump them in here. We will probably end up making too many sand pumps if I'm not careful. That's all right. Too many sand pumps is a self-correcting situation. You can always find ways. We're going to need a whole bunch on the next level. In fact, currently I have 32. I really only need one more batch. So this is going to be the last 4 we need. The 36 in hand, that's 3 stacks of 12 that we can put down on the next level. It requires 24 pumps just to not lose ground. That gives you a little bit, it gives you a insignificant drain rate. It is positive, but it's not significant. With 36, you have a chance at draining it. Right now on level 13, we've got about 90 minutes to 2 hours of pumping left to go. So I think that's all the pumps we're ever going to need. We're going to pick that back up and we're done. Drill bits are another story. We're going to continue to need drill bits for the foreseeable future. I am going to grab those guys, and we are just going to go plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Eventually, we are going to run out of the excavator bit Mark V's. We have a long ways to go on that as well. And I'm thinking, is there anything else I want to do before I simply wait? Well, I went back to the technologies. I basically turned off all the techs I didn't need so I could focus on unlocking the things I do want. We've got 250 for mining drill speed 4, which would be a nice to have. I've turned off gold ingots and crushers and gold and scrap metal and all of that stuff. We aren't doing that yet. We'll turn that on when we need it. I've turned off all of the mass production, which we're not using. We'll turn those on when we need it. Farming, I had that on, it's off. Logistics, again, mass production's turned off. We'll keep the containers. Transportation, I will be unlocking these. HP Glide 5 will be able to glide faster in the air than on the ground, but we scan that on the next level. Energy. If we have to pull down all of our pumps, we are going to be dependent upon our accumulators. So I have powered up the accumulators. I have set the power trim. We'll be trimming things to use minimal power in case we put them above level 12. And we're all set there. Science. We have kept open our complete BioBrick diesel setup. Currently, we are making just the base unrefined. You make infusions, you then refine the infusion, and then you recycle the lower quality stuff back into the system where you can end up with more pure stuff. We have some disassemblies we aren't using yet. And in construction, I'm not going to spend any green science on construction. I'm sorry. Let's verify that all of these are blue. Oh, it shows me in the pop-up on the left what color they are. Okay, those are fine. We're good. So we have 390 science that we can spend. I think the only thing I saw that I really wanted was mining drill speed. So boom, all of our mining drills are now running faster. Now there is a corner case here. Out on Lima, we keep making our mining drills faster. It's up to 30 a minute, but it's still having to cram it out of this one little inserter because we don't have power out here yet. However, you'll notice that while we are using enough copper to keep it drained, we're backed up on the iron. Why are we using more copper than that? Let's go take a look at what's going on with our copper line. Now, I did just increase the size of a bunch of boxes, so it will be bursting, and apparently, yes, apparently we do require all the copper. Ooh, boy. Let's go make sure that my copper mine on Victor is still running correctly. Yeah, see, we're not backed up on the copper. We are backed up on the copper slabs, so that gives me an idea. Oh, these guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness me. I'm going to put one of you down over there and one of you down over here. And I am going to upgrade all of you to fast inserters. And I am also going to take my... Well, actually, I don't need to upgrade anything else. That's step one. Step two is we have all of these slabs, and I can make copper ingots out of slabs by threshing them. We are going to do that. I'm going to come over to here. I'm going to put a hub in here. I'm going to come back this way. I'm going to turn you like that. Now, these guys will need a place to put their outputs. So our inputs are copper slabs. Document this. And our outputs are copper ingots. Our rates are going to be 6 and 60. I've got more of these you can shake a stick at. out to here and turn and come down to above the ground and merge in with the ingot output. We just repeat that. We could do the same thing to iron if we need to beef up our iron ingot production. Now this will cost significant slab production, but at this point I believe we have full boxes of slabs here. There. We'll be able to make more slabs into that box. Now take a look at our ingots. Whee! Flowing like a river. Oh, we already did the slabs like this. Cool. Knew there had to be a reason we weren't out of iron ingots. Well, this guy is no longer going boom boom because here we turned this off. Why did we turn that off? I think we were running low on explosives, so yeah, look at our explosive production. I did put fast lines in them. So what we really need to do here is go from farms of 10 to farms of 30 and increase these guys. Let's start off by just saying you guys are all going to be there. And we did pick up a bunch of stuff we didn't need to. I didn't see any seeds there. Let's see. Did we pick up any resources from the farm that I want to fold back into the loop? We've got Shiverthorn and Kindlevine on us. I think we're good. Yeah, because these guys are all running and we have stuff on the racetrack, so we're good enough. Now, because these are all now running double speed, at any given time, these threshers are going to be dead half the time, and half of these guys are going to be dead. But that does mean that we will be able to bring this up. In fact, it should be, these should be dead 2/3 of the time, 30 per minute, and these are only doing 1 per minute each. So we could expand our farm here on Victor significantly. You know what? That's not actually a bad idea. So let's get some 3-buys. I want to do 3-buys under the farm. And we're going to need 15 back that way. Here. So that's only 5. Let's see, I want to bring this down 1. Just like that. I know we've got that waterfall over there. I'm hoping that we don't hit anything protected as we go back. That's 5. We need 10 more of these. 7 more. Four more. One more back there. Now this is giving me an extra 3x on one side of the farm. I'm okay with that. I believe that the river we see on the mini-map is above us. We start from here. I want all the way back to... Yeah, we're nowhere near yet. I'm going to dig from here. So the reason why the next one isn't there isn't that we're out of it, it's that it was entirely encased in dirt, so it didn't fix it. When you zoom out a region or floor, it won't put the floor somewhere that you can't then pick it back up from. So if it's entirely encased in terrain, it'll just skip that one.
Excavation complete. Elevation to laboratory level restored.
That was significantly faster than I expected. Not complaining. Let's run this out the edge. I don't need to go take a look at the level immediately. Okay, we look like we are right along the edge. I may need to lay out my farms again. Yeah, that'll work, but just barely. Oh, man. So do we have another 40 of these? We have another 40 of these. Just going to extend this in place. So I also want to upgrade all of the belts anywhere in this area. I left these belts, I didn't upgrade. I did upgrade out here. I think we just need to come back this far. So we're going to start from here. And I'm going to upgrade to Mark IIIs. All the way back to there. It's not that we're getting a tremendous amount of throughput, but I just don't want the seeds to sit on the belts for too long. The slower the belts are, the more seeds you need to make sure that they get processed in time and that we can get them out here. Your racetrack, and you. So I'm doing this without disrupting anything. There we go. need a total of 200. I believe. Let's see. 30. Calculator. Okay. I don't know how many I had. Now I could just stop this and put in the appropriate number of seeds. I could just add 125 seeds into each one. That would work. Okay, let's get this going. I will add 125 of each kind of seed once we have all of the inserters. That reminds me, I do need to go visit the seed farm and see how that is coming along. As I've been working with it, remember that the seed farm requires some inputs. It requires sesamite, sand, and it requires some other stuff. And it requires the washed or neutralized form of the plant. And if you don't have them, for instance, if you run out of the washed kindlevine stems, what'll happen is you will only be processing shiverthorn seeds. You will slowly get fewer and fewer shiverthorn seeds and more kindlevine seeds, or vice versa. So whichever one you run out of, you will tend to end up with too many of that seed and not enough of the other. Trying to get that to balance is pretty hard. So we're all set here. We just need more seeds. Let's get them. Hello, Foundry. So what I want to do, see, this is, oh, I think I know what I did. Yeah, see, I shut down the kindlevine side, but I wanted to even them out some, and I think we are done evening them out. So I got 500 in there and in there. I'm going to take all of these seeds and I'm going to put 1,000 in each one for reserve. Maintain the reserve. I got 1,500 reserve. Where did my seeds go? There we are. So we got 1,500. Nope. Only got 1,000 reserve. Let's do 1,500 reserve. And then we put the rest back in here so that we'll continue to grow. And we are short on kindlevine. So we could continue to leave this unhooked, but I'm not going to. I said I needed 125 of each one, so we will take from our reserve. And I think I'm going to put another 500 of each in the main line. I'll leave 1,000 in the reserve. I'll put everything else in the main line. There we go. gives me 125 of each seed to drop, and these guys will start up when they start getting more stuff, and we will be breeding more seeds of both types. We have a bunch of washed Kindlevine, and we have a bunch of neutralized that, and let's actually refill those while I'm thinking about it. Basically, I am taking half of what is available before the last thresher, so potentially 1/6 of our production, and I think that is sustainable. And it's something we can stop doing once I know I have more seeds than I will need for the rest of the game. Remember, you don't lose seeds when you do your planting. You just need more seeds when you want to build bigger gardens. So 1,000 seeds would support quite a lot of planters. We're going to be adding our 125 Kindlevine seeds here. And 125 Shiverthorn seeds over here. This is going to meter them out at whatever rate it's got on its assembler here, which is 20 per minute. That's too slow. Okay. You are going to be a fast inserter. 40 per minute. Actually, let's make you stack inserters. I just want to get these guys running. There. Dump out all the seeds on the raceways, and we'll let everybody pick up all the seeds they want. Notice how we ended up with running these guys by preference. But that should increase our throughput of the farms. It should bring this guy up to doing his 30, 30, 90. Let's upgrade some of this stuff just in case. I believe I've already upgraded all of my filter inserters and such. But that will boost our output from our farms, which will enable us to add more of these later if it all backs up. I think it will. I'm feeling less like I need all of this crap in here. Now, they do require 30 per minute. I think I unlocked the long-handled stack inserters, but I don't think I've made any. I may have relocked them. But you can see here that we are using up the explosives as fast as we're making them right now. And that's a bit of a danger sign. Reason for me to sit around. I've been sitting around waiting for things to ramp up and not realizing, of course, that it could take 4 minutes before the new plants are coming out. But we're good. So we've got our farms here ramping up. We will be able to build more, both bio brick, which we don't need more of, and explosives, which we do need more of, which means we will have this immense amount of grass coming out here. We want to not locking ourselves up on. That just take all my grass? That took all my grass, and that good. So the other way to do this is you use a Kindlevine farm to get all this stuff going. And then instead of using a Shiverthorn farm normal to get this, you put a crusher out here and you just get the Shiverthorn extract out of that. And then you jigger it back and forth to make it balance. The key thing is to make sure your Shiverthorn extract doesn't stop just because you have completely used up all of, you've completely backed up your grass. Are we still running here? This guy is out. You need more of the two hard parts, the engines and the relays. Let's go get those. I am carrying some, but I want to get bulk. So relays should be coming out here in quantity, and we'll just take all of them. Engines should be in quantity. I'm going to take a row of those. Actually, let's take all of them. Relays and engines are used in a number of high-end things, so I'll just carry them all. And I totally forgot what I was getting them for. Science, right. So this needs twice as many engines as relays. What are we looking at here? We are looking at, say, 2,000 relays and 4,000 engines. Your inputs are fine. So, getting science. We drilled. Let's go visit 14, and then I'm going to call it a recording. So,
facilities and submerged technologies detected. Concurrent complications of elevator excavation and sand removal continue to increase.
okay, so for this guy, do you want to set up this going out this way? And I want a space where I can put some drills. Let's see, probably under here somewhere. Probably here-ish. I'm going to need 3 stacks, 12. I've noticed that if I put a lower floor in like that, it's easier to place them. So from this location, we are seeing almost all the way to the bottom. And a little hint on this particular floor is that, first of all, this guy only sees 23K. That's because there's a basin below us, and then there's a rock layer, and then there's another basin below that. So as we drill, I can go down to the bottom of these guys and continue drilling through. And once this guy reaches its limit, we can continue drilling downward to extend them. So you don't actually need pipe going down, it's just really convenient to have. So there's going to be stacks of 12 going up, and each 4 of these needs to feed that kind of power setup like what we had, or the 4 of them need to go and send. So each 4 of these 36, 9 groups of 4. Of those 9 groups, some of those groups we're going to be having making power, and some we're going to be using to send the sesamite back. But we're going to do all of 36 of them right here to drain this guy. And that's what we're going to do when we come back in the next recording. I have 29 of these guys, so we are good. And it really is time for me to say goodbye.